like you're never going to run into a bad character, and you're never going to run into a bad player in top 8 and looking like it is. That's going to be a good set in losers, which we will see later, but we got to get to the other side of winners first.
That's right.
Our
Sundra
third
Sinbad.
Maypul of the top 8. Sinbad looking to be the best Maypul of them all as he sits in winners and playing against Sundra. Let's starting off game number 1.
Yeah, so Sundra on the Zetter that we know and love. This is one of those things that he is what he is. And you said Maypul was the best character in the game, and I don't know, there might be only one other person that I can think who would take that title from Maypul in my eyes, and that's
100% with you. Yeah,
at this guy right here.
At this stage, it's like, granted, maybe some exploration of like other characters hasn't been enough, and there's another character on the horizon as well in Zetterburn. We don't know how good he will be. Zetterburn waiting room, but Zetterburn's pretty messed up. He's so good.
Yeah, it's like all of the things that Orcane has with like the movement, he has that. Maybe the recovery is worse, and maybe that's okay. But like, it is like the things you can do with Zetter at early percents are crazy. But Maypul with an amazing edge guard, like that was such a good clinical takedown of the spacey like recovery that we know Zetter kind of has to deal with.
Yeah, getting intercepted is the hardest part about Zetter's recovery, because even then it has great distance, but you gotta be brave enough to edge guard it either off stage, or in the case of Maypul, you've got some disjointed strongs just to slap him out of any fireball or any sort of recovery move. Excellent pity flip though in order to get back. A nice mix up for sure, though you are sitting at a clean stock deficit here. That Letterman jacket's got to be better, more than just for show. You got to pick up the game just a little bit. The upstrong catching the platform. 108, not too bad, especially given how explosive Zetterburn can be.
Oh yeah, and now we get the coverage on the platform with the Nair as well. We did have fire on us, but it doesn't really matter. We send him right off with another one of those great fair spikes. And Maypul, catch one interaction off stage, and it feels like that's where she can shine in this one. I feel like it's a battle to just get him off stage as soon as possible and then go to town, because the game has been won largely because of these edge guards.
Oh, for sure. If you can catch Zetter out of his jump with Maypul forward air, you just take the stock. Doesn't matter what percent, doesn't matter what position.
No questions asked.
The plat drop fireball is certainly interesting, but Sinbad is not letting any of these little mix-ups get to him. Excellent parry on Lily, utilizing the invulnerability in order to instantly win neutral in that scramble.
Yeah, because that is a twofold tactic. It gets Lily out of there, but it also makes whatever Maypul is doing just invalid. So being able to sliding parry now on these things, oh man, those plants are feeling a little bit tested.
Nice drift as well. Sundra far from out of it,
so
didn't
close.
Baby dash forward. Just needed that extra bit of space. Oh, but we find the tech chase with the down strong, making sure to ignite the plane of the stage.
Yeah, and even then, look at that, how quickly the tables turn. Oh, yeah, you throw out one fireball, but then you go over the ledge, and then you try to throw another fireball back, and none of those are going to be able to find anything. Sinbad just kind of planted his feet and did the job, like, got it done.
Always gotta be ready to intercept Zetterburn's recovery. It's got good distance and he's got decent mix, but you gotta be able to either find a position based on angles and based on the route of recovery where you can hit Zetter out of it and pop that bubble.
But now we have a lot of platforms for conversions here. We do get that coverage. It felt like a little bit like the Oki Fireball. What can I say?
Yeah, it's classic. Zetter is a mix of every classic like fighting game and platform fighter kind of trope. He's got spinning, advancing moves and fireballs and shoryukens, basically with things like upstrong and nair, as well as classic spacey physics to get everyone, as well as a shine. Like he's bread and butters incarnate. And it's awesome.
He's definitely he's pretty fundies. He's pretty fundies at its heart, but even then, like fundies get you so far with Zetterburn because you find one of those really nice conversions, and all of a sudden, how quickly the stocks can be taken. Now we just barely don't get the ledge hog there. Unfortunate for Sinbad.
Yeah, misjudging the spacing ever so slightly, and that's going to allow Zetter to make it back and be a problem once more. Down tilt, going for forward air there as a mix-up, and it was a potent one to say the least. Typically, you see Maypul's after that down tilt go for something like an uppercut, but that is usually best DI'd with DI out. But if you're DIing out Maypul forward air, that makes it even more potent.
Yeah, we'll send you off stage, and I'm surprised that we didn't see a pity flip. We saw the instant up special, but unfortunately, that's not going to get you the ability to get yourself back to the wall, to wall jump, do all that kind of stuff. So, gotta go back to the drawing board a little bit on that one. Now we get some more damage on the board, and Sinbad finally getting caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, and we get that down strong coming in clutch.
Yeah, nice awareness as well that the first hit of Nair jab locked, so you could go for the second jab into an instant down strong. Like, amazing pickup from Sundra. Speaking of pickups, welcome to Maypul Population U. That's a up air, up B kind of conversion on a stage like Rockwall. Absolutely brutal when those platforms are this accessible.
Yeah, this is the textbook ladder you to death stage, and especially with how Maypul is as a character, benefits heavily from that kind of play style, and especially against Zetterburn, who has some get off me tools, but I feel like struggles a little bit when he is above you. He does not have a whole lot of great landing tools, but on ground he's still a menace, and we're gonna get that big read with the forward strong. Had the fire 3 times with the shine, and then all it took was 1.
Yeah, that's how you draw it up if you're a Zetter player. And you said earlier that the Rockwall is kind of the quintessential like ladder stage. Rockwall is the quintessential kill you stage. The stage wants you to die, and it's potent all the same, whether it's off the side or off the top. But we're going to
Hodojo. Are not forgiving. They're not forgiving at all. Okay,
we're going to Hodojo for game 3.
Yeah, so triplats, we do still have a lot of great combo conversions with the platforms that are in the works. Gonna pity flip again back to the ledge, looking for more here. Great up air strings. This is exactly what I expect. Going for another up special, but it won't kill. Not this early. Zetterburn still gonna be able to DI that a little bit. Sundra staying alive now. Okay, great pummel break, and we're back in it.
Huge percent lead just off of the opening combo, but Zetter starting to make that up. Oh, trade with the fireball is huge. All you just need to hold down the edge guard, and by hold down the edge guard, you hold down the ledge. Too deep in order to make it back that time. Recognize the spacing, and the Edgehog seals out stock number 1 for Sinbad. Not too far behind, though, is Sundra, who's finding so many of these scrambles, just consistently winning in the scrap fest that is any amount of chaos in the center stage. But it's Sinbad's setups that are keeping them one step ahead, at least for this game number 2, but only for so long. Wow, the down strong miss. Yeah. Okay, the second one.
That's okay. We do it again, baby. Doesn't matter. I still got more in the tank, and it's the same thing with the forward strongs too. We're using them as a great spacing tool. It's got the rear back and the push forward as well. So, things like that, when you know your character, you know how to activate some of their biggest kill moves and throw them out frequently, but still not get punished too heavily. That's the hallmark of a good Zetter player.
100%. This Zetter is all about how well can you explode, knowing when to cash out, knowing just how good some of his own buttons are. It's a lot of just taking into account the situation before going full in and getting a little bit too twitchy.
Yeah, and I think what we've been doing really good on Sundra's side is also just kind of denying a lot of the tether setups. We're shielding out some of the seeds, we're avoiding some of these setups. Still, we do have something here that Sinbad is going to be able to take to the bank, but then caught on the platform, and yeah, look at that. It's just going to be an easy kill. It's 115 or something, so unsurprising.
Rubber stock for game number 3, though. And the first hit, the first meaningful hit, especially belonging to Sinbad on this Maypul. A couple up airs. Nice DI, though, and that fast follower physics able to get to a platform and reverse the fortune immediately. Keeping things so even. Oh, where the Gatling lands. Gatling with Ignite at that higher percent is so brutal. Now you're absolutely out of any sort of crouch cancel percent. The world is your oyster, assuming you can survive this edge guard. choosing not to go for those. Sinbad backed off for your Lily placement instead, prioritizing resources.
I think that's smart. I think that going for the second fair might have been a little bit predictable, and you didn't want to get caught in a reversal situation. That's a high-risk situation that you just... Sometimes you want to hedge your bets a little bit better, give yourself more stage control. And we do. I think we do benefit a little bit from that. Unfortunately, you don't get the right edge guard. Zetter bursts off the ledge so quickly, and there's just not much you do here. You got to reset as much as you can, but these resets are not going well for Sinbad. Yep, that's going to do it. Up Strong is going to take it on the platform. I don't know. Maypul, normally very, very good, maneuverable in the air, but like I feel like the anti-airs were so strong for Sundra there.
Yeah, not only with things like up tilt, but the playing for the next interaction. Like Zetter just typically is able to go hitbox for hitbox with the entirety of the cast, and so that last stock being able to manipulate with like it was up air, chase with forward air, and if you get the air dodge, then you continue the chase down with a back air, able to convert that into an up strong on landing. Like that is just, it's so strong when you're able to reliably contest any position at any time, and it's what makes the Zetter so fluid and just so flexible, despite his more basic type of kit.
This is looking scary, actually. I don't even know. Like, right now, the weight on that air dodge as well, after we saw the first forward air hit, I feel like there's so much more in the works. Now we just wait again. We get a good pity flip. And we almost get that forward strong, too, but somehow just missing out on the spacing and the timing. And this time, we're not going to miss out on any opportunities. We're going to find that great conversion up the platforms, taking them up 1-2, and then going for the kill.
Wow, the snipe of the jump with that forward tilt was so good. Unfortunately, not getting too much off of it, not getting like a full edge guarding setup. But hey, like it's a little bit of damage that matters because you're just trying to get Zetterburn into prime combo percent, that like 60, like 50 range, and even better conversion. Double back air, up strong, having the platform there. That's Zetterburn just as good on Ho Dojo, but this is the reason that Sinbad is gone here. Those instant up air conversions, and now we're at the like up air reset upbeat type percentages where you can close out with that uppercut.
That is true. All right, now we set up Lily here on the platform. Gotta wait for something here. Okay, you can see how close Sundra got to it and then still didn't get caught too badly here. Great pummel here, and now we can find a reset on the tech. Another tech chase as well, so Sundra, it was cooking a little bit, but it feels like once Sinbad is just like, okay, I can defocus my efforts here, catches one good interaction, and these straight hits have been working out really well for him, just because he's able to find the kills in quick succession. Feels like sometimes you can do that with Zetterburn. I feel like Sundra's just missing out on a couple key opportunities. Like the upstrongs on platform have been good, but I feel like we're missing out on some of the more breadth of the kit.
Yeah, we have, aside from the one stock in game number 2, there hasn't been a ton of like wave shine setups. There's barely been any like grounded conversions in general, partially because Sinbad has been playing really dominantly on the ground with things like down tilt, and those dash attacks forces jumps. It forces you to get off the spot, and that's, if you're jumping around on these platforms, that's gonna only lead to so many of these conversions being so devastating. And excellent tech, but you're falling right back into the wilderness.
That's so rough.
Yeah, Maypul's crazy.
Yeah, and again, I feel like that's just
Sinbad.
It's just
Sinbad played
it's a testament to the matchup that we discussed, right? Like, this is why the matchup is the way it is. It's like once you get Zetterburn off stage, things get significantly easier for Maypul.
That brings us to game number 5. Is this our? No, this is not our first game 5.
It's not our first game 5, but it's our first game on Hyperborean, and yep, here we go. Let's see how this goes. This is a very niche counter pick for those who are bold and brave enough to take on the challenge themselves. But at the same time, I feel like this is a really good stage for what we're looking for here. You know, it's a lot of those same conversions, the strings, and maybe some catches on these recoveries. I feel like that's going to be even more, require even more precision from Sundra.
Yeah, I think a stage like this, like you get a lot of merchant port vibes when it comes to the platform layout or It's more similar
Sort
to
of.
like Frozen Gates in Rivals 1, where Zetterburn really likes that stage. He really likes the platform layouts. His movement is really accessible, but you gain the added benefit of a bevy of recovery routes that absolutely transform the game. And all we've been talking about this set nerf has been how well can Sinbad edge guard Zetterburn. This adds so many dimensions to that, while Zetterburn gets to do what he does best, which is stack up damage, get that fire on you, and ignite those flames.
And catching rolls as well, like that was a really, really nice call out. Obviously, covering both sides in tandem is really nice, but at the same time, like a couple of these resets out of the pummel break, and you can see Sinbad is struggling to get one of these hits to lead to more here. We're stuck at 111, but there it is. We finally get a nice conversion into the up special. That's enough to take the stock, but Zetterburn, I mean, doesn't really matter. One or two interactions can easily turn into just so much here. Back air putting the flame on, and now time is ticking. Maypul's got to be extremely cautious. You can see that is why Sinbad wanted to back off, but now we're going all back in. As soon as we get that potential tether, we see there's a little bit of blood in the water.
Yeah, I do like how Sinbad is starting to cash out on some of the information he gathered. Remember stock number 1, we saw the cross up with that forward air instead of trying to max space it, which Sundra was getting used to counterplaying. Delay techs multiple times over. Tech rolls in where there hadn't usually. A missed tech there certainly sucks, but you're still holding on thanks to not being ignited. Just Sinbad is clutching up when it comes to paying out this information, and the sweet spot doesn't connect. You need to hit the palms of the paws and not the claws, and
Nice.
that one missed sweet spot is going to set up for an edge guard, and instantly the tables turn.
Yeah, this is the tough part, because it's like if you don't go truly above the ledge through the hollow bottom, like you do not land. You can go in the middle of the stage and still fall, just because now he's holding ledge. He's able to completely get up at the right time to extend that invulnerability. It's so tough here for Zetterburn, and we can see why this is the stage pick. But forward throw there is almost going to do it. Immaculate DI here from Sinbad.
190. This is just...
Ooh.
You never want to see this as your Zetter, and you can't even reliably have your kill throw anymore. The 4-strong is absolutely going to do it, because the ignite you can only manually ignite off of grab thanks to the special pummel, which everybody's going to do against Zetterburn because he has no at kill percent. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, waits for the tech on the platform, but just sets up Lily. Doesn't do too much. Get a good pummel break, and now back into it. Beautiful down air to try to cover while you're in the mid-air.
Well, this is big, though. A huge opening, able to stun Lily as well, finding the back air to end all of that. Clean 75 thanks to the side switch on that combo. And now we're starting to hunt for the big one. We're starting to look for these down airs. A couple of times now, Sundra has done a risk-it-all down air, and Sinbad is counterplaying it to perfection.
Ooh, but goes through Lily and then tries to hit Lily as well, or at least tries to hit both Lily and Maypul. But yeah, Lily coming back in for the clutch factor. It's not where you want to be.